My name is Stefanie Wenninger, and I'm the founder of Pine Peak Productions, and this is the power of the podcast. Hey adventurers, and welcome back. If you're running a business while podcasting, it can often feel like you're trekking up a steep mountain with a heavy pack on your back. But here's the good news. There's a way to lighten the load and make the work and journey smoother. Today, I'm sharing my ultimate podcast workflow designed specifically for busy entrepreneurs like you. I know you're balancing a million things, so we're going to focus on efficiency, how you can streamline your podcast production and maximize your time without sacrificing quality. Are you ready to take the next step on this journey? Let's dive in. All right. First thing, the power of batch recording. It's my favorite as a producer. Think of batch recording as planning a multi-day hike. You wouldn't pack a bag for each day individually, right? Be a lot of bags to carry. Instead, you need to prepare everything at once. In the same way, you can record several podcast episodes in one sitting. This is why batch recording is such a game changer. 1. Time efficiency. Recording multiple episodes in one go frees you from the constant grind of recording every week. Set aside one day a month where you knock out 4 or 5 or even 6 episodes in a few hours. This is ideal for keeping your momentum going and ensures that you're never scrambling to put out content. It is the worst when you don't have an idea for the week and you're like, I need an episode to go out. Plus, when you can have things scheduled out, it makes it way easier. Don't even have to think about it. Consistency. When you batch record, you get into a rhythm. Once you're in a flow state, it's easier to keep going and knock out high quality content without losing energy. It's like when you're climbing and find your stride. You are unstoppable. Be ahead of the game. By staying ahead with your content creation, you're giving yourself some breathing room. If life or your business throws a curveball, you'll still have content ready to go. So you're not falling behind on your podcast schedule. Remember, consistency is key in podcasting. All right, number 2, automating the logistics. Your secret tool for simplifying the entire podcast production. Running a podcast without automating certain tasks is like navigating the wild without a compass. Automation helps you streamline repetitive tasks and frees up your time. Here are the essential tools for automating your workflow. Calendly for guest scheduling. Set up a system where your guests can automatically book time slots for your interviews that fit into your calendar. No more endless email threads trying to nail down a time. Calendly syncs with your calendar and sends out automatic reminders so both you and your guests are on the same page. I use ClickUp for content management, so think of ClickUp as your podcast map. These project management tools allow you to organize every episode's details in one place. Outlines, guest info, deadline, post-production tasks. You can create a board or a list for each stage of production, ensuring nothing falls through the cracks. You can also use Zapier to connect it all. This is where automation really kicks into gear. Use Zapier to integrate your system so that when someone schedules an interview in Calendly, it automatically creates a ClickUp task, updates your calendars, or sends notifications to your team. It's like having your own personal assistant manage your production process in the background. Section 3, outsource the heavy lifting. You wouldn't hike up a mountain with an unnecessarily heavy backpack, right? Outsourcing certain tasks is like offloading weight that's slowing you down. One of the biggest mistakes I see entrepreneurs make is thinking that they have to do everything themselves. You don't. Here's why outsourcing is a smart move. Outsource editing, like to Pine Peak Productions. Editing your podcast is one of the most time-consuming parts of the process. Let's face it, cutting out awkward pauses, adjusting audio levels, adding in intro and outros takes a very long time. Handing this off to a professional editor like Pine Peak can save you hours every week, and your show will sound more polished and professional. Delegate show notes and promotional content. Writing detailed show notes or creating a social media post can be a time suck, especially when you're trying to focus on your business. Outsource these tasks to a virtual assistant or Pine Peak, because we can do everything minus hosting. Every episode should be supported with high quality content that drives your engagement without pulling you away from what you do best, which is running your business. There are plenty of agencies and freelancers out there who specialize in podcast production. So I know I'm not the only one, but you can also look at places like Upwork or Fiverr for also finding great talent at a little bit of a better cost. Pine Peak Productions, hint, hint, takes care of everything, and we're very specialized, making sure it fits your brand, your personality, but we understand budget is a big deal. All right, we're going to talk about number 4, repurposing your content. Here's a strategy that can take it even further with less effort. Repurposing your content. Imagine you're on a long hike and every piece of gear you carry can be used in multiple ways. That's exactly how you should think about your podcast content. Each episode is more than an audio file. It's a gold mine that can be repackaged and repurposed across so many different platforms. Here's a couple of ideas how. You can turn your episodes into blog posts. Every episode is packed with insights that can be transformed into a blog post for your website. This not only helps with your website's SEO, but also gives your audience a way to digest your content in the written form. This one's kind of obvious, but create social media snippets. Take key moments, quotes, or highlights from your episode and turn them into bite-sized content for social media. You can use short audio clips, quote cards, or even video snippets if you record your podcast on video, which I highly recommend. YouTube is the #1 podcast platform. This gives you content to post throughout the week and stuff that you've already done. Plus, keeping your audience engaged long after the episode drops and reminds them to go listen to the episode if they haven't yet. Package episodes into a lead magnet. Group several related episodes into a mini series or an ebook and use it as a lead magnet to grow your email list. You've already created the content, so why not squeeze even more value out of it? This is like finding extra resources in your backpack that you didn't even know you had. Oh, a little chocolate bar that I put in there 3 weeks ago for my kids. Perfect. That's never happened before. All right, section 5, managing everything with a content calendar. So it's a lot. To stay on top of everything, you need to have a content calendar. This is your ultimate roadmap, keeping you on track and ensuring consistency. And this is why it's a non-negotiable. You want to stay organized and consistent. A content calendar helps you map out your podcast episodes ahead of time. You can align episodes with your business goals, product launches, or upcoming events. Planning ahead ensures that you're never scrambling for content ideas or missing deadlines. You also want to be able to visualize your content strategy. When you have a clear overview of what's coming, you can see gaps, overlaps, or even opportunities for new ideas. You can plan episodes around industry trends, seasons, or key moments in your business, and make sure to track performance and adjust. A content calendar isn't just about planning, it's also about reflecting. Track which episodes perform the best and adjust your future strategy accordingly. Look at the analytics to see what your audience is responding to and tweak your topics based on their interests. All right, there you have it, your ultimate podcast workflow for busy entrepreneurs. We covered everything from batch recording and automation to outsourcing to Pine Peak and repurposing content, plus staying organized with your content calendar. By implementing this workflow, you're not only saving time, but you're also creating a system that keeps your podcast consistent and high quality, even when your business is demanding your attention. But hey, I get it. Sometimes, even with the best systems in place, managing a podcast can feel like a lot to handle. That's where Pine Peak comes in. I know I've said it a lot, but we specialize in helping entrepreneurs like you streamline their podcast production. From guest scheduling to editing to content repurposing and promoting, we handle it all so that you can stay focused on growing your business. Let's chat about how we can work together to lighten your load and take your podcast to the next level. Until next time, adventurers, keep pushing forward and remember, every step you take gets you closer to your goal. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this episode valuable, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who's been thinking about launching their own podcast. I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions, so please follow me on social media and drop me a message. It's Pine Peak Productions, absolutely everywhere. You can also email me at info@pinepeakproductions.com. Until next time, keep exploring new ways to grow your brand, and happy podcasting.